The gun world's biggest debate: AR-15 versus AK-47. Um, I enjoy both guns. I own both guns. I'm going at this from an open-minded point of view. I'm not getting biased to either or. I've always loved the AK-47. As I got older, I became a fan of the M16 or AR-15, M4 carbine, M4 or whatever you want to call it, platform. Um, I guess to start off, I'll start by the knockdown, or people call it it's the energy and velocity version of the weapons. Um, Everybody knows it's no secret the AK-47 round packs more of a punch. It penetrates more. Um, with it, compared to center blocks, I've shot center blocks. The AK-47 will tear them apart. A lot of times M16 will just put a hole. There's plenty of tests on that. Um, then when it comes to velocity, I can't remember exactly off my head exact velocities, but I got a pretty close feeling of where they're at in the general area. AK-47 has got about 2400 velocity ish, maybe more depending on your ammo. Um, M16 has got, or the 223 caliber has got like 35, but the energy, I can't remember off the top of my head what the energy is on both ones, but I know on the AR-15, I just looked it up the other day just because I couldn't really remember, but it's around 1200. And a lot of people say the M16 isn't a good man stopper, and they're definitely wrong, and they're just you could tell when someone's just biased against the gun, because it's a rifle. It's a rifle caliber. It's got 3 times the speed and then velocity as a 40 caliber cartridge, or 9mm, or 2 times 357. And it's got double the knockdown of a 357 at like 1400 energy. That's considered to be the knockdown part of the round when it hits, with the force it hits. Velocities, penetration, they both do each, but I'm not getting on that subject. So with 3 times the speed of a 40 caliber round, as long as you're not doing some kind of special like buffalo bore, I don't know what they do and everything like that, but 3 times the speed of a 40 caliber round, like 2.5 times the energy or the knockdown, and that's like saying a 40 caliber isn't a decent man stopper. So that's what you're saying. So anybody that says an M16 or AR-15 or the 223 isn't a good man stopper, they're wrong. It's not the best man stopper, nor is the AK-47, but the AK-47 is a better man stopper than the 223. Now, that's like saying the 12 gauge isn't very good compared to a 50 cal. I mean, that's just the way you go on that. Okay, reliability. This is where the M16 really loses its points. The AK-47 is one of, if not the most reliable guns made, and you're putting that up to revolver and the pump action shotguns. I consider those 3 the most reliable. AK-47, I mean, even there, you can pack it with mud. Plenty of people have done that, and it'll still fire. Pack M16 with mud, it's not going to fire. It might fire with a little bit of dirt, but that's where reliability comes into. Nowadays, the way the M16s are made, they've been so critiqued and everything, that they're made crazy. I mean, even non-mil specs they're no problem. You don't necessarily need a mil spec to get a good AR-15. Now, if you shoot it to death, you can shoot an AK-47 to death. I've seen it done. All guns, like a car, need to have parts changed after time. But M16, it's reliable enough, but you drop it in a pond, you know, you might have some problems there. You drop it in a mud pit, you might have some problems there. AK-47, you're going to feel pretty confident about. You know, you might want to check it anyway, but you're not going to have to disassemble it. Ergonomics, AR-15 wins on that deal. AR-15 just feels better. It's got adjustable stocks. Some people say the AK-47, the length of pull's got the Warsaw pack. You can get the NATO pack or change the stock, and you got something different going on. Vertical grips, that's personal preference. But personally, I like the feel of the AR-15 better. And where it really wins, this is the main selling point right now to me on the AR-15, more than accuracy, sights, or anything, is the thumb safety. If you're walking through the woods, the shit hits the fan, whatever, any reason you would really need an AK-47 besides home defense, you know, where you take it out your gun closet or gun safe and you walk around your property or what have you. You go hunting with them, anything like that you got to walk around the woods with, or you're going to be holding the gun for an extended period of time, you're going to need your safety on, because you might fall, and when you fall, limb snag it, rocks go in there, they can go off. It's easy. I've seen it happen. The biggest downfall the AK-47 has, and the only really criticism I have about the AK-47, is the safety. You have to move your hand to manipulate it, or take your other hand and go over top. And someone pops around a bush on you, maybe they have a gun, maybe they have a knife, seconds count. Having to move your hand to pop off that safety, and I didn't think about this until recently, really is a bad place for safety. I know there's Krebs customs and everything like that you could buy to replace it, but I'm not really sure about how easy those are to manipulate, because the safety's kind of stiff on AK-47s. It's got a dent inside. I mean, maybe milled are different, but it's got an indention in the receiver that acts as the tensioner, so it's pretty stout. The AR-15's got the thumb safety that you can, as you got your hand resting on it as you're walking with a sling or what have you, you can, as you have a hold of the handle, just flip it off and you're ready to go. That is the single biggest advantage, I think, of the AR-15 for a combat weapon. I mean, you can be pretty fast with the other one, but that right now has got me sold. Accuracy wise, people say I've heard plenty of AR-15 snobs say the AK-47 you can't hit nothing with it. Bullshit. I can hit a target up to 300 yards no problem. I can do 1-inch groups at 100 yards, providing I'm at a bench, you know. The gun's capable of it, that's what I'm saying. I might not be able to do it standing up because, you know, weight of the gun and everything like that, but the gun is capable of it. The sights aren't near as great. Peep sights, I like them better. You can buy the optional peep sights for it, and I'm sure that will make the AK-47 better. I think that you could, with optics, the AK-47 with optics, as long as you get a good mount, a solid mount, not the dust cover mount, you're going to get about the same performance out of what you would at AR-15 for your standard. I mean, yes, the AR-15 is going to be tighter, but with an EOTech, a couple 100 yards, they're both going to suck. I mean, I don't think that optics make good long distance shooters. Just me personally. If you're better, good. And I think with stocks and everything like that, you can pretty much change the AK-47 if you want. You can make it tactical, but my favorite gun is the AK-47, so it's kind of sacrilege for me. If I had 3 AK-47s, I would have one of them. I would tactical it out just for testing. But I think you could. It just seems kind of sacrilege for me to change my own. I like the wooden stocks. I love just the original design. But the that's pretty much it. You got your accuracy. It isn't bad on the AK-47. And with a battle rifle, whatever you want to call it, assault rifle, tactical carbine, within 200 yards is really going to be your major engaging distance, and anybody that's a decent shot can hit something or someone at 200 yards with either gun. Yes, with the AR-15 you can reach out to 500 yards, but hitting a moving target 500 yards is a hard shot for anybody. And if you're planning on 500 yards or long shots, you really need to go for a longer barrel, 20-inch barrel. Yeah, I guess that about covers it. AK-47 does have cheaper ammo, and it will shoot any kind of ammo still. I've never shot brass ammo out there, and I don't ever plan on it unless someone gives me a box or something, or if I find something for just as cheap. They're just AK-47, rough and tough, reliable, pretty accurate gun. M16, accurate, reliable, pretty tough gun. Now the M16, another thing I want to throw in is the M16 is a lot easier to maintain and change stuff, like everything on it. You could take apart the bolt, slide out firing pin, easy change. You don't need tools. You can use stuff you find around, bullets, what have you. The two hardest things to change is the barrel, which isn't hard, and the trigger control group, which isn't hard. AK-47, you can have bad rivets, which you really gotta shoot one out or find a bad AK to get a bad AK. But there isn't much on a M16 you can't change. You know, I don't know if there is anything you can't change really. You can change the whole gun, the upper receiver, lower receiver. The lower receiver is the part that has the serial number, so you can order a whole new upper receiver, and you don't even have to have a new gun. It's just the same pretty much gun. You can order it over line or what have you. Trigger guards, I mean, everything is so customizable. The front sight's easy customizable. You can change it from gas to direct impingement. Self-cleaning, gas, I mean, you name it. I mean, you can make an M16 two guns easily. Rock River lower with a stag upper with a Rock River lower, or any or Colt and stag, Colt and Bushmaster, don't matter. You can just change it all. You can change the barrels easily. And unlike a lot of AK-47s, they're still mass produced. Unless you go like Arsenal, you're getting like a kit of old parts or refurbished or new. But anyway, AK-47 still is my #1 favorite gun in the world. But between the two, I'm going to say right now, if I had to choose right now to spend my life and not have to go out into the woods, I'm probably going to go M16 or AR-15, because I like the sights better. It's the thumb safety. Now, if I was going out in the woods and plan on getting muddy or in the sands of Afghanistan, I would probably go AK-47. You got to pick what you feel more comfortable with. Alright, thanks guys.